morning and thank you for joining us in the world today. I'm Hona live from Beijing. Our top story this hour. Chinese authorities from China's southeastern province of Jiangxi are briefing the media on its economic growth and its plans to integrate with the development of Yangtze River Delta and the Greater Bay Area. It's part of a series of news conferences by China's State Council Information Office. Let's go live to the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the press conference of the State Council Information Office. Today, we will hold the 18th session of our series on promoting high-quality development. We're pleased to have with us Mr. Ye Jianchun, Deputy Secretary of the CPC Jiangxi Provincial Committee and Governor of Jiangxi Province, who will brief us on the topic continuing Jiangxi's revolutionary glories and striving ahead in promoting high-quality development of its old revolutionary base areas, and he will take your questions together with his colleagues, Mr. Ren Zhufeng, member of the Standing Committee of the CPC Jiangxi Provincial Committee and Executive Vice Governor, Mr. Song Dexiong, Director General of Scientific and Technological Department, and Mr. Ying Jiong of the Industry and Information Technology Department. Mr. Ye Jianchun, please. Friends from the media, good morning. I'm very pleased to be here to talk about Jiangxi's high-quality development. First of all, on behalf of the CPC Jiangxi Provincial Committee and the Jiangxi government, as well as the more than 45 million people in Jiangxi, I'd like to express heartfelt thanks to you all for your attention and support for Jiangxi's economic and social development. Jiangxi is a land with abundant natural resources and outstanding people, and it has rich red culture and history. General Secretary Xi Jinping attaches great importance to the development of Jiangxi and great care for the people there. Since the 18th Party Congress, he has paid 3 inspection tours to Jiangxi and providing his guidance for our development. In October last year, during his inspection tour, the General Secretary gave us a new guidance and direction. Our new mission is to strive to take the lead in the high-quality development of the old revolutionary areas and the rise of the central region, and to make sound efforts in advancing the Yangtze River economic belt. Now we are deeply encouraged and taking concrete efforts for building a modern socialist Jiangxi on all fronts. I'd like to brief you on the following 6 areas. First, our comprehensive economic strength has been significantly improved. We take high-quality development as the primary task, and our overall economic strength has achieved leapfrog growth. In 2012, our regional GDP was 1.28 trillion yuan, and in 2023, it was 3.22 trillion. That's a growth of around 2 trillion yuan. In terms of per capita GDP, it has grown from 28.6 thousand in 2012 to 71.2 in 2023. So it has exceeded the $10,000 terms. And secondly, Jiangxi is among the emerging industrial powerhouses. We have grown from a traditional agricultural province into one of the newly emerging industrial provinces. In 2023, our industrial added value reached 1.12 trillion yuan, and the added value of manufacturing's share in GDP was maintained at around 33%, which is among the highest in the country. There are more than 18,000 industrial enterprises above the designated scale. In Jiangxi, there is 1 industry above the trillion yuan mark and 14 above the 100 million mark. The revenue of the electronic information industry has reached 1.08 trillion, ranking number 4 in the country. And the revenue of our non-ferrous metal and equipment manufacturing industries are 800 billion and 700 billion yuan, respectively. Thirdly, we are making great efforts in deepening reform and opening up. Be it in green finance or rural homestead reform, we take the lead in these key reforms among all the provinces in the country and have been effective in breaking the bottlenecks to high-quality development. We have given full play to our unique geographic advantage and promoted the development of the inland opening up pilot economic zone. We have taken an active part in Belt and Road Initiative, in integrating into the Yangtze River Delta, as well as participating in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area. Fourth, we have been advancing rural revitalization in a deep-going way. We have striven to ensure the steady supply of important agricultural products and prevent a relapse into extreme poverty. Food production has, for 11 years straight, stayed at above 43 billion kilograms. And in 2023, the per capita income of people who have gotten rid of extreme poverty stood at more than 18,000 yuan, which is a growth of 13.6% year on year. And we have given a strong boost to our specialty products. Now there are more than 1,000 leading enterprises at the provincial level or above who specialize in agricultural industrialization. And more than 180 specialty agricultural products are sold at high-end retailers and restaurants. Jiangxi is moving fast toward agricultural modernization. In addition, we are working to build a beautiful rural environment and make living standards higher for the people in rural areas to give them a more modern life. Fifth, our ecological environment is among the best in the country. We have striven to protect our eco-environment the way we protect our own eyes and have had excellent records in this regard. Forest coverage has stayed at more than 63.1%. Number 2 in the country, and days with good air quality, 96.5% in 2023, and 97% of our surface water sections under the National Monitoring Program showed excellent and good quality. So green mountains, lush lakes, and diversified animals are now vivid signatures of a beautiful Jiangxi. And 6, the people's living standards have been steadily improved. 80% of our fiscal funds go to taking care of the major and key issues on the top of people's minds. Our subsistence allowance and extreme poverty aid standards have been risen for 17 years straight, and public services and education, medical care, culture, and sports have been steadily enhanced. Jiangxi has done well in building a safe province that delivers for the happiness of the people. Now, my colleagues and I are happy to take your questions. Thank you. The floor is open to questions, and please identify your media affiliation before asking the question.
As one of the provinces of the Yangtze River Economic Belt, how can Jiangxi better serve and promote the high-quality development of the Yangtze River Economic Belt? Thank you for your question. I will answer your question. You pay much attention to the Yangtze River. If it is compared to a giant dragon, Jiangxi is located in the middle. It has 151.9 kilometers of golden coastline of the Yangtze River, and from rivers Ganjiang, Fuhe, Xinjiang, Raohe, Xiuhe, the average annual water flow from these rivers through Poyang Lake is nearly 150 billion cubic meters. And according to our national regulations, The allocated water to Jiangxi is relatively small. The number is only equivalent to 15% of the total water volume of the Yangtze River. Jiangxi has made major contributions to providing quality water resources to the country. I understand that Jiangxi should truly shoulder its responsibility and mission of promoting the development of the Yangtze River economic belt, not only in protecting the eco-environment, but also in promoting the green development of economy. On the one hand, will unswervingly adhere to the principles of large-scale protection rather than exploitation, and make greater efforts in high-standard protection and ensure that what flows into the water is clean water and then it flows eastward. We have done that and will strive to do better. On the other hand, we'll accelerate the comprehensive green transition of economic and social development and make good efforts to serve and integrate into the high-quality development of the Yangtze River economic belt. We'll work on 3 fronts. First, promoting high-end, smart, and green development of industries. Since the reform and opening up, Jiangxi has deployed many petrochemical, iron, steel, textile, and other traditional industries along the river. In recent years, we have accelerated the optimization and upgrading of the industrial and energy structure along the Yangtze River. Sinopec Jiujiang Company, located on the shore of the river, has achieved the goal of not letting a drop of oil and sewage flow into the Yangtze River through technological upgrading, and has become the first intelligent manufacturing demonstration enterprises and benchmark enterprise. We will make the whole process of upgrading and transforming traditional industries, cultivating and growing emerging industries, and laying out industries high-end, smart, and green. Will vigorously promote the smart and green transformation of industries and accelerate the cultivation of new driving forces for green growth. Second, deepening regional synergy. In recent years, we have signed an action plan with Hubei and Hunan provinces to promote high-quality development in the middle reach of the Yangtze River. We'll build important node cities in Jiujiang and Yangtze River economic belt with high standards. Promote the construction of Nanchang, Jiujiang, and other national modern logistics strategy. Fulcrum cities actively use the innovation resources of the Yangtze River Delta to promote industrial upgrading in Jiangxi and better promote the co-governance of eco-environment, infrastructure, construction, investment, and trade integration. Third, promoting the culture of Yangtze River. If you enter the Yangtze River National Cultural Park, you can feel how famous Chinese poets like Bai Ji and Su Shi created their poems. Feel the prosperity of the 1,000-year academy in the White Deer Cave Academy, and personally feel the profound and rich cultural heritage of Jiangxi. Will strengthen the protection of cultural relics and heritage along the Yangtze River. Dig deeper into the connotation, extension, and value of the culture, and fully demonstrate the historical and cultural heritage of Jiangxi and the infinite charm of its culture. Thank you.
最边上第3排那位穿白衣服的女记者，对。
谢谢《经济日报》记者提问。前不久，习近平总书记主持召开座谈会。
Not long ago, General Secretary Xi Jinping presided over a symposium to provide guidance and draw a blueprint for the rise of the Central Region. How will Jiangxi seize the opportunity to promote high-quality development in the Central Region in the new era and make new achievements in this regard? Thank you for your question.
常务副省长任泽峰同志来回答。好，谢谢这个记者朋友提了一个很好的问题。
Thank you for your question. General Secretary Xi Jinping pointed out that the Central Region is China's important grain production base, energy and raw material base, modern equipment manufacturing and high-tech industry base, and comprehensive transportation hub, which is summarized as 3 bases and 1 hub. Will closely follow this positioning, take the initiative to carry forward our advantages and create our own characteristics. On building a grain production base, Jiangxi is one of the 13 main grain-producing provinces in the country, and since the founding of New China, it is one of the 2 provinces that have never stopped providing commercial grain to the country. With 2.13% of the country's arable land, we produce 3.21% of the country's grain. We'll continue to strictly implement the responsibilities and obligations of food security and make contributions to ensuring national food security. On building an energy and raw material base, Jiangxi has 11 kinds of mineral reserves, ranking first in the country, known as the world tungsten capital and Asian lithium capital, creating the world copper capital in Tan, the China Rare Gold Valley, Ganzhou, lithium new energy, and other industrial clusters. We will strive to build a strategic energy and raw material base with certain world influence as soon as possible. On building a modern equipment manufacturing high-tech industrial base, Jiangxi's manufacturing industry has good basic conditions, and many industries are at the forefront. For example, in the aviation industry, Jiangxi is the birthplace of the first aircraft of the new China, and through unremitting efforts, has become the only province in the country with R&D and production of rotorcraft and fixed-wing aircraft. Well, based on our own characteristics, give full play to our comparative advantages and reproduce the glory of Jiangxi manufacturing. On building a comprehensive transportation hub, Jiangxi is the only province in the country adjacent to the Yangtze River Delta, the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, GBA, and the economic zone on the west side of the straits. And it is also the first province in the country to have high-speed rail in all the cities with districts, and third province to have expressway in every county. We'll further optimize the layout of the comprehensive transport network, accelerate the construction of a modern transport system, and constantly enhance our location advantage with transportation advantage. Thank you.
这边第4排那位女记者。对。
你好，中国青年报记者提问：江西自然风光秀美，文化底蕴厚重。
Jiangxi has beautiful natural scenery and rich cultural heritage. It has good conditions and unique advantages in promoting the integrated development of culture, tourism. Can you brief us on that and what will be the next steps? Thank you for your attention to Jiangxi's culture and tourism. I will answer this question. In July 1934, Chairman Mao wrote a famous poem in Huichang, Jiangxi Province. I've set foot on every grain hill before they can call me old, and here lies the best view one can ever behold. Jiangxi has red genes passed down from generation to generation, beautiful landscape, and bright and profound cultural heritage. We always pursue the integration of culture and tourism and make the beautiful Jiangxi more prominent. During this year's May Day holiday, Jiangxi received a total of 20.86 million tourists, up by 24.7% compared with 2019 before the pandemic. We see increase not only in the number but also in consumption. On creating more attractive tourism products, we rely on unique red grain and ancient resources to carefully design quality products. As the cradle of the Chinese Revolution, the People's Republic, the People's Army, and the Chinese Workers' Movement, as well as the start of the Long March, visitors can know about the history of the revolution and understand the strength of the original aspiration. Relying on rich tourism resources, we have innovated and created many popular tourism products. For example, there is Wangxian Valley in Shangrao, Jiangxi Province. In the past, it was abandoned canyon, mine, and desolate everywhere. But later, it developed tourism with its unique landform and gradually got out of the predicament. Today's Wangxian Valley has become a great attraction for tourists all over the country, and sometimes it's even difficult to book a ticket or be room to travel there. The past barren mountains have become a fairy land for tourists, and people living nearby have been better off thanks to the tourism. On shaping more influential tourism brands, you may know some mountains in Jiangxi. Jiangxi has China's largest freshwater lake, Poyang Lake, China's most beautiful countryside, Wuyuan, some 1,000-year-old sites like the porcelain capital Jingdezhen, Princeton's Pavilion, Dongling Temple, and we have porcelain from Jingdezhen, Gougunao tea, and other special tourism products. There are also famous poems left by famous poets Tao Yuanming, Ouyang Xiu, Li Bai, and Bai Juyi. After years of developing, unique Jiangxi scenery has been transformed from a single brand based on natural scenery into a comprehensive brand integrating nature, history, humanity, and service. At the beginning of this year, together with the Palace Museum, we launched a special exhibition about imperial porcelain from Ming and Qing dynasties in the Provincial Museum. The exhibition period was extended several times, and every day the museum was full of tourists competing to witness the exquisite cup, red-glazed vase, and grain-glazed small bowl. This fully demonstrates the brilliance and charm of Jiangxi as a land of literature and integrity, and the land of culture and civilization. On providing more friendly tourism services, we always put tourists first. Make every effort to build a tourism integrity province and strive to make our service facilities more modern, approaches smarter, and content more humanized, and strive to let every tourist to Jiangxi not only intoxicated by the beautiful mountains and rivers, but also enjoy safe and comfortable, high-quality and efficient, warm and refreshing tourism services. It's worth traveling in Jiangxi, no matter where and when. We will further enhance cultural and tourism integration, enrich the consumption formats, and activate the innovation momentum, enabling Jiangxi to reach both the eyes and the hearts of tourists, to be both good and popular. We warmly welcome you to Jiangxi to experience the beauty of the mountains and the waters, the glory of the red earth, and the charm of the province, Jiangxi. It must be the place where you will never regret to visit.
这边第二排这位女记者。
谢谢江西广播电视台记者提问。我们知道江西农村比重大，农业人口
Jiangxi has
也比
many
较多。
rural areas and rural population, and after victory in the fight against poverty, your task of rural revitalization is also very challenging. How will Jiangxi consolidate the achievements of poverty alleviation and effectively advance rural revitalization in all respects? Thank you for your question. Rural affairs are something that people care much about, and it's worth paying attention to. Jiangxi is a major agricultural province. Promoting rural revitalization in all respects is not only a major political task, but also an important opportunity for the development of Jiangxi. We'll learn from and apply the experience of the Green Rural Revival Program to effectively link the achievements of poverty alleviation and rural revitalization, comprehensively improve the industrial development, construction, and the governance of rural areas, and speed up to advance agricultural modernization. First, to guard against a large-scale relapse into poverty. For households facing the risk of returning to poverty, we'll promptly identify and give early warning to them, and work in coordination to provide employment, relocation, and social assistance. We have been successful in this regard. We'll carry out a 3-year campaign to help develop industries in poverty-stricken areas and strengthen the internal impetus for development there. And in the process of building a moderately prosperous society in all respects, nobody in Jiangxi was left behind, and on the new journey towards modernization will not leave any people behind either. Second, to vigorously promote the high-quality development of agricultural industrialization will promote its development and expansion across the entire industrial chain, vigorously promote the construction of agricultural modernization demonstration zones, modern agricultural industrial parks, and national grain development pilot zones. Basically, we must strengthen their internal impetus. We will strengthen the overall planning, integration, and promotion of Jiangxi brand agricultural products, accelerate the construction of the province's urban and rural cold chain logistics backbone network, so that Jiangxi's quality agricultural products can become high-end, go to the country, and even to the world. And we hope all the friends here and your families can enjoy the safe and quality products from Jiangxi. At the same time, it's necessary to speed up the construction of a livable and pleasant countryside. We'll further promote the 5-year campaign to improve the living environment, improve transportation, water, power, gas, communications, and other infrastructure, improve the level of public services, encourage rural areas with certain conditions to take the lead in acquiring modern living conditions, and strive to make a clean and beautiful environment. Rich and comfortable life, simple and honest folk customs become the standards of happiness in Jiangxi rural areas.
谢谢，发言人您好，深圳卫视直新闻记者提问。那我们知道，一直以来江西的产业结构呢是以传统的制造业为主。
We understand that Jiangxi's industrial structure has featured the traditional manufacturing as the dominating industry, and now it faces challenges in upgrading and transformation. So what will Jiangxi do to build a modern industrial system?
感谢记者朋友
Thank you for your attention and care for Jiangxi's industrial development. Jiangxi is where, under the leadership of our party, industrial development began. The first airplane, the first diesel-wheeled tractor, the first military-use 3-wheeled motorcycle, and the first coastal defense missile of New China was created in Jiangxi. This is what we achieved in the past, and going forward, we will continue to build a brighter future. And how can we do that? It is through what we call the 1269 campaign, focusing on boosting our manufacturing. 12 or 12 means 12 main industrial chains featuring electronic information, non-ferrous metals, equipment manufacturing, new energy, petrochemicals, building materials, steel, aviation, food, textiles, and clothing, medicine, and modern furniture. 6 means the following 6 areas: electronic information, copper-based new materials, lithium batteries, and photovoltaic new energy, new materials in tungsten and rare earth metal, aviation, refining and chemical integration, and new chemical materials. And 9 means that we will strive to achieve an annual growth of 9% by 2026 in terms of the revenue of industries above the designated scale. In 2023, the added value of these industries achieved a growth of 5.4% year-on-year. That's 0.8 percentage points higher than the national average, and their revenue ranked number 7th in the country. Our industries, in terms of new energy, non-ferrous metal, and electronic information, have shown robust growth. So our 12-6-9 campaign is off to a good start. And going forward, we will continue to further deepen our work in this regard to build up the backbone for Jiangxi's modern industrial system. First, we will focus on industrial upgrading. on the 12 main industrial chains and the 6 advanced and manufacturing clusters that I just mentioned, in order to boost the comprehensive strength of Jiangxi's industries. And second, the focus is on the shift in momentum. It's mainly about the digitization of manufacturing. We will spend around 2 years on taking a targeted approach to building up pace setters and flag bearers, namely 2,000 such companies that achieve digital transition, and that will contribute to the overall digitization of the province's industries. And third, it's about fostering market entities with a focus on boosting the sophisticated medium and small businesses. Meanwhile, we will step up efforts to build provincial level and national level advanced manufacturing clusters. Thank you.
谢谢。科技日报记者提问：会前我了解到，2012年到2023年，江西省高新技术企业从356家
I learned
增
from
长到近
2012
7000
to
家，可以说
2023,
是
the number of high-tech enterprises in Jiangxi Province increased greatly, which showed a good momentum. What other progress has Jiangxi made in promoting S&T innovation, and what new measures will be taken in the next step? Mr. Song Dexiong will answer this question. Thank you for your question. In the past 3 years, Jiangxi has vigorously implemented 6 major actions to promote S&T innovation and shown an upward and good development momentum. We can see this from 6 aspects. First, on high-level platforms, we have actively adjusted the layout according to national strategic S&T forces, and Jiangxi has 8 state-level key laboratories, achieving a major breakthrough in leading their formation. Second, on high-caliber talents, the number of academicians working in Jiangxi has exceeded double digits, and the number of distinguished and excellent young scholars has increased by more than 2 times. On high-tech enterprises, we've taken the lead in cultivation of S&T leaders and enterprises. High-growth S&T enterprises have flourished. Small and medium-sized enterprises have increased by 73.8%, and the turnover of technology contracts has increased by nearly 3 times on high-quality results. Some fields like AC-313, large civil helicopters, semiconductor light-emitting devices, and high-temperature superconducting heating devices have seen major breakthroughs, and the world's largest and China's first 10,000-ton submarine communication cables laying ship has been launched in Jiangxi. Going forward, we'll continue to pursue S&T development and effectively promote the key variable of S&T innovation to become the largest increment to boost the high-quality development of Jiangxi. On creating an innovation chain, we'll strengthen the construction of strategic S&T power with Jiangxi characteristics and strive to make new breakthroughs in the construction of national laboratory research bases and national key laboratories in the fields of rare earth, nuclear resources, and non-ferrous metals, focusing on the application of nuclear technology. Low-altitude economy, new energy storage, and other fields will increase innovative and leading S&T research to solve key technical problems in the industry. On forging the talent chain, will make good use of talent introduction mechanisms to recruit more academicians and distinguished young scholars as chief scientists of major innovation projects. We'll continue to invite more academicians to Jiangxi for research and investigation and actively promote the landing of a number of project outcomes. We'll optimize the provincial high-level S&T leading talent training program, cultivate a group of academic and technical leaders in major disciplines, and attract such talents to serve as vice president extent of S&T in enterprises above designated size, will implement a special project for young talents, establish a direct support mechanism for those of the Provincial Natural Science Fund, and let more young talents be project leaders so that they can be retained, develop well, and become successful. Optimizing the policy chain will effectively simplify the management process and establish an exemption mechanism so that researchers can focus on innovation without distraction. Will continue to expand the scope of the pilot reform of the ownership and long-term use rights of technological achievements, and give researchers more power to decide on technological routes and how to use the funds so that they can be full of passion and energy to innovate. Will further improve the comprehensive service system for the transfer and transformation of scientific and technological achievements, promote the accurate docking between the supply side and demand side, and promote the transformation and application of more achievements in Jiangxi.
好的，谢谢总台央视记者提问。那么江西内陆开放型经济试验区是在2020年就已经设立了。那么4年多以来，
opening up pilot economic zone was established in 2020. What has Jiangxi done over the past 4 years, and what will be done to further open up?
谢谢总台这位记者的提问。这个问题
Thank you for your question.
内陆地区怎么开放？
Opening up the inland is something much watched for and an important issue that we are working on. To have the pilot economic zone in Jiangxi is an important mission entrusted upon us by the central government. It is also an important platform for Jiangxi to deepen opening up, both to the rest of the country and beyond. Over the past 4 years, we have advanced the building of this zone at high quality, and the overall structure for opening up is gradually taking shape. First, trade and investment facilitation is being boosted. We have explored a new model concerning customs clearance. So the time needed for such logistics has been reduced from 70 hours in the past to less than 30 hours. Our clearance efficiency ranks number 5 in the country. Second, the business environment has continued to improve. 99% of the bidding processes are now done through electronic means, and a company can be set up completely online within 1 day. And companies with good credit will not face trouble. Third, our platform has shown greater efficiency and efficacy. We have streamlined the administrative bodies by 40.6% in this pilot zone. And we have promoted the building of comprehensive bonded zones in Ganzhou and Shangrao, and cross-border e-commerce comprehensive pilot zones in Nanchang and Ganzhou. Last year, our cross-border e-commerce totaled more than 46 billion yuan, ranking number 6th in the country. And going forward, to continue to boost the quality of our pilot economic zone and build Jiangxi into a highland of inland opening up, we will continue to provide new growth drivers for the growth of Jiangxi in the new era. On the one hand, we will promote high quality bringing in as well as high level going out. In terms of bringing in, we will work to introduce companies at the upper and lower end of the industrial chain to provide greater support. And in terms of going out, the new trio has achieved excellent export records last year. They grew 73.5%, accounting for 4.3% in the national export volume. we will continue to maintain this share in the national exports and promote the export of more Jiangxi products. Secondly, we will speed up efforts to build a market-oriented, internationalized business environment governed by a sound legal framework. We hope to make such a good business environment a name brand for Jiangxi's development and seek to address old problems even with new government administration. In particular, we will protect the legitimate rights and interests of various companies and entrepreneurs so that the private sector can rest assured in setting up companies, investing, and growing their businesses. Last year, there were more than 1 million newly registered market entities in Jiangxi, reaching a total of more than 4 million. So these figures speak to the confidence that companies have in Jiangxi's business environment. And going forward, we will make even greater efforts for the opening up of Jiangxi and the development of the pilot economic zone.
这边第二排这边。
好，谢谢主持人。总台央广记者提问。省长刚才也提到，现在江西人民的生活
As you just mentioned, the people in Jiangxi are living better and better lives, and every year Jiangxi has introduced livelihood programs that deliver solid benefits to the people. So, what more measures will Jiangxi take to improve the people's lives? Thank you for your question. Now that we have built a moderately prosperous society in all respects together with the rest of the country, the people in Jiangxi have new expectations for an even better life, and we are doing our best to meet their expectations. While striving for high-quality development, we will work to deliver solid gains to the people and make their lives better indeed. So, as Mr. Governor just said, livelihood is a top priority on our agenda. We spend around 80% of our public expenditure every year on livelihood enhancement, which means a total of more than 5 trillion yuan since the 18th Party Congress. We have focused our efforts on helping the people set up businesses, increasing their revenue. The amount of loans we have issued for entrepreneurship ranks the top in the country. Secondly, we have worked to provide concrete programs to address people's pressing needs. Last year, we provided free HPV vaccines for more than 487 female and built more than 1,000 childcare facilities, which has been widely recognized by the people. So what we do is what the people want us to do. And this year, we will continue to put forward services that cater to the lives of the elderly, of people with disabilities, as well as small but concrete programs such as the improvement of desks and chairs for the students so that they can take a rest following lunches. So these small efforts are made to deliver concrete gains to the people. And thirdly, we will continue to take one measure after another to make basic public services more accessible and equal for everyone. Last year, we provided prevention and control services on birth defects, as well as smart AI-assisted medical care facilities. This year, we will continue to advance work on these two areas, and the goal is to increase the sense of happiness and fulfillment for the people and make their lives more safe and secure. Thank you.
还有2位记者举手，我们最后2个问题，先后面吧，第3排。
好，谢谢主持人。 谢谢主持人。人民日报记者提问。近年来，江西省大力
In recent years, Jiangxi has made great efforts to develop the Jingdezhen National Ceramic Culture Inheritance and Innovation Experimental Zone. What has been done and what will you do to give new life to Jingdezhen, this ancient ceramic capital? Thank you for your question. I know that all eyes are on Jingdezhen now, not just because of its porcelain, but also because of its tourism related to the ceramic culture's inheritance, innovation, etc. Setting up this inheritance and innovation experimental zone is an important strategic task entrusted upon Jiangxi to boost the development of the ceramic culture and take an innovative approach to development. The zone was approved in 2019, and since then we have worked to develop both a ceramic culture protection and inheritance innovation center, as well as a renowned ceramic culture tourist destination. We have also worked to build Jingdezhen as a center of global ceramic culture exchanges, cooperation, and trade. We have achieved notable outcomes in terms of preservation of relics, cultural inheritance, industrial development, talent cultivation, and foreign exchanges. For example, in terms of foreign exchanges, we have held activities in Berlin and Cairo, focusing on the ceramic culture, as well as a themed event on the China in the eyes of Egyptians. These activities have boosted the influence and reputation of Jingdezhen around the world. Going forward, we will work to revitalize the splendor of this ancient porcelain-making city and make the culture more renowned in the world. First, we will nurture the cultural roots of porcelain. Jingdezhen has a big place in the history of porcelain, and we will take and we will work to preserve the relics, to pass down the intangible cultural heritage of the porcelain, and to document the culture in a systematic way so that Jingdezhen can become a hub for porcelain makers and enthusiasts around the world. Secondly, we will strengthen the cultural industry concerning porcelain. In recent years, the industrial development in this regard has gone through 4 transitions, going from a low end to a higher end, from small scale to bigger scale. And so we will work to extend the production chain to make artistic porcelain even more refined, as well as to make porcelain for daily lives and for industrial production more sophisticated as well. To make Jingdezhen's porcelain better known and more accessible, we have opened up flagship stores in Beijing, Shanghai, as well as in Dubai. In Beijing, there are now 2 stores, one at Daxing International Airport and the other in Xicheng District. And another one will be open in Chaoyang District in around 2 months. Thirdly, we will boost cultural exchanges on porcelain. Porcelain of Jingdezhen is an important cultural symbol for the world to better understand China. So we will continue to host the China Jingdezhen International Ceramics Expo and various other events to tell the story of Jingdezhen, of Jiangxi, and of China, and to turn Jingdezhen into a platform for international cultural exchanges. Currently, there are tens of thousands of foreign artists who are residing in Jingdezhen from over 40 countries and regions around the world. which is a revival of the history of Jingdezhen, when many foreigners gathered there for porcelain making and exchanges in the old days. So we will continue to tell their stories and to boost the appeal of Jingdezhen's culture in porcelain making.
Green ecology is the characteristic and the advantage of Jiangxi going forward. How will Jiangxi make good use of this advantage and walk on the road of ecology first and green development? Thank you for your question. Green ecology is indeed our biggest characteristic and advantage. I said in my introduction that Jiangxi is a top student in terms of eco-environment, but we will never be complacent, nor should we be. We'll continue to follow the path of eco-first and green development and earnestly balance high-quality development with high-quality protection. First, we'll make every effort to consolidate and improve the quality of the eco-environment. We have made good achievements and will consolidate them. Green ecology is the biggest wealth, advantage, and brand of Jiangxi. We'll continue to fight for blue sky, clear water, and clean land, fully implement the 10-year fishing ban on the Yangtze River, further promote the overall management of the Ganjiang River, Fuhe River, Xinjiang River, Raohe River, Xiuhe River, and Poyang Lake, strengthen the investigation and remediation of environmental risks in key areas such as hazardous waste, and strive to improve our monitoring and law enforcement abilities on eco-environment so as to continuously improve the eco-environment quality in Jiangxi. Second, we'll make every effort to accelerate the development of green and ecological industries. In the process of promoting economic development, we have a red line. We shall never sacrifice the environment for temporary growth, and will never trade pollution for GDP. In attracting investment, we'll keep in mind ecological and environmental protection. In the transformation and upgrading of traditional industries, we adhere to the road of high-end, smart, and green development, integrate the concept of ecological plus into the whole process of industrial development, and vigorously develop agricultural, tourism, health, and other industries so as to make lucid waters and lush mountains produce gold and silver. Third, we'll make every effort to improve the system of ecological civilization as the only province that has been Jiangxi is formulating ecological protection compensation regulations, further improving the eco-environmental zoning control system, public interest litigation mechanism, comprehensively carrying out the value accounting of eco-products, and promoting the pilot mechanism for realizing the value of ecological products, and strive to create a Jiangxi model of beautiful China with higher standards and provide more Jiangxi solutions to the country. So this is the last question. Let me offer an invitation. The old revolutionary base is never old, and I sincerely invite all friends to work, invest, live, and travel in Jiangxi, and I look forward to meeting with all of you in Jiangxi. Thank you. Thank you for your participation. And this is the end of today's press conference.
All right, that's Chinese authorities briefing the media on southeastern Chinese provinces of Jiangxi's high-quality development goals and priorities. Watching the world today, let's take a short break.